You ever see a plant that stops you cold? Something so rare, so tactile, it feels like it doesn't belong in your living room. This is Rhaphidophora cryptantha, a botanical showstopper from the cloud forests of Papua New Guinea. It doesn't just grow, it climbs. It shingles. It maps itself along surfaces like nature's green circuit board, one leaf at a time. You won't find it at big box stores. You won't stumble upon it in a corner bodega. This plant is invitation only, a quiet flex for collectors, stylists, or anyone curating their own green sanctuary. But here's the thing. As stunning as it is, Rhaphidophora cryptantha can be a diva indoors if you don't understand what it needs. Light it wrong, it stops climbing. Overwater it, game over. Ignore humidity, you'll never see those signature shingles. So whether you just unboxed one, received it as a gift, or you're finally ready to step into the rare plant game, this is the definitive care guide. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to help it thrive. Let's start with what matters most, light. Light isn't just important, it's the single most critical factor in your Rhaphidophora cryptantha's success story. This isn't a grow-it-and-see plant. This is a performance plant. It responds dramatically to its environment. Place it beside an east-facing window where it can bathe in gentle morning light, or near a south-facing window with a sheer curtain to filter direct rays. Avoid direct sun, it'll burn those dramatic leaves. Avoid low light, you'll lose the plant's signature habit of flattening and climbing. Instead of tight, jungle floor growth, you'll see stretched, sad, searching vines. Light isn't negotiable. It's the stage, the spotlight, and the applause for this plant's performance. Get it right, and you'll unlock that wild, prehistoric beauty Rhaphidophora cryptantha is known for. When it comes to watering Rhaphidophora cryptantha, here's the truth. Too much love drowns it. Too little, it curls up in protest. But once you get it right, the growth gets tight, the leaves stay pristine, and the shingling stays locked in. The goal is simple. Lightly moist, never soggy. Not wet every Sunday, not let go bone dry. Let's kill the calendar method. Your fingers and your eyes are better tools. Here's what you need to know based on pot size. Here's what most people get wrong. 1. Watering too shallow, only wetting the top inch. 2. Not letting excess water drain, leading to hidden root rot. You want to water thoroughly until it runs out the bottom, then empty the saucer immediately. Your water matters. Cryptantha roots don't appreciate chlorine or cold. Use filtered, distilled, or rainwater when possible, and always let it sit until it hits room temperature. In winter, your plant's metabolism slows. So should your watering. Instead of every 7 to 10 days, try 10 to 14. But don't go by the calendar, go by the plant. Summer heat or active growth. It might drink more. Low winter light, less evaporation equals slower drying. Watch for this. Yellowing lower leaves? You're likely overwatering. Curling or crispy edges. It's too dry, or humidity's too low. If light is the engine, water is the fuel, but too much fuel floods the system. Master watering, and you'll unlock tight growth, healthy roots, and that iconic shingle behavior. If watering is the rhythm, your pot and soil are the drum. And Rhaphidophora cryptantha? She needs a pot that drains fast, breathes well, and holds just enough structure to anchor her climb. Let's be crystal clear. This plant does not tolerate poor drainage. A pot without a hole, that's a slow death sentence. You need fast flow through so water doesn't stagnate around the roots. Standing water cuts off oxygen to the root zone. And for a rainforest climber, oxygen-rich roots are survival. Cryptantha's roots are shallow to medium depth. Skip deep, narrow pots. Choose moderate depth pots that support balance and airflow. Wider bases help stabilize moss boards or shingling planks. You want that support built in. You only need to repot every 12 to 18 months, or when the roots start pushing through the drainage holes or the soil's drying out way too fast. Upsize your pot by just 1 to 2 inches in diameter. Bigger isn't better, it's wetter. That excess soil holds moisture too long. Don't just give it a pot, give it purpose. Insert a moss slab, a wood plank, or cork board right when you pot it. This gives your plant an immediate vertical structure to grab onto and start shingling properly. Use clips, twine, or even soft Velcro strips to gently guide new leaves toward the board until aerial roots take hold. After repotting, do a test pour. Water the plant and time how long it takes for the first drops to exit the drainage hole. If it takes more than 30 seconds and you're using an airy mix, it may be compacted, remix, and repot. The right container sets the tone for the entire plant. When your roots are supported, your shingler shines. Next up, let's talk about the soil blend that makes all this work together. You've got the light. You've got the pot. Now it's time to build the world this plant was born to thrive in. And spoiler alert, it's not a bag of big box potting mix. In the wild, Rhaphidophora cryptantha grows along rainforest trunks, where soil is rich but airy, full of decaying wood, moss, fungi, and oxygen. So forget peat-heavy mixes or moisture control formulas. You're building a living, breathing, drainable but moist micro-jungle. This mix replicates a rainforest rhythm, moist but never muddy, rich but never heavy. You want water to move through fast, but not just vanish. The plant needs time to drink, then room to breathe. Most store-bought potting soils are made for ficus or ferns, not epiphytic climbers. They hold water too long. They cake. They compress. And cryptantha's roots? They'll choke in that mess. Mix it with your hands. Feel it. When you squeeze it, it should hold together slightly, but break apart easily. Too wet. Add more bark. Too dry and dusty. A pinch more core. You're sculpting balance, not just dumping ingredients. So your plant is rooted in rich soil, getting the right light, and drinking at the right rhythm. Now it's time to fuel the engine. Because if light is the spark and water is the oil, fertilizer is the octane boost that helps this plant reach its full potential. Rhaphidophora cryptantha is a slow, steady climber, but without nutrients, even perfect conditions won't help it thrive. Weak growth, yellowing leaves, and limp vines often come from nutrient starvation, not watering mistakes. Pin and pad moment. Screenshot this chart and keep it near your grow station. Start light, observe how the plant reacts, and never feed a thirsty plant. Always water first. You might think pests only show up when plants are sick, but here's the truth. They show up when your care slips even a little. Dry air, stagnant soil, dusty leaves. These are red carpet invites for infestations. Each of these shows up with warning signs. Spotting them early is the difference between clipping one leaf or tossing the whole plant. Prevention is a weekly ritual, not a crisis reaction. Here's the system that collectors swear by. Fungus gnats are often ignored until they take over. They don't just buzz. Their larvae feed on roots in overly moist soil. The fix? Let the top inch dry out, swap in sand or gravel top dress, and use sticky traps to catch adults. You don't need chemical warfare, just a smart, natural arsenal. Here's what not to do. Here's one of our client plants. Left alone in a dry hallway. Within weeks, spider mites, dusty webbing, leaf drop. We shifted the light, boosted humidity, cleaned it weekly with neem, and it bounced back. Catch it early, stay consistent, and most plants will fight back with you. Pests don't mean you're failing. They mean you're in the game. But if you stay ahead with rhythm, care, and consistency, your Rhaphidophora cryptantha will never fall victim to infestation. Imagine the rainforests of Papua New Guinea. Moist air, warm shade, constant airflow. That's where Rhaphidophora cryptantha evolved. So if you're trying to grow it in a dry apartment or an overheated office, you're already in the red, unless you adapt the environment. Still, air invites pests and fungal problems. Cryptantha doesn't need wind, but does need air movement. A small fan nearby? That's a frontline defense against mold, mites, and root funk. Here's how to read your plant's response. If humidity and temp are dialed in, you'll see tight internodes, flat, layered shingling, glossy, firm leaves. If not, you'll get limp vines, wavy leaves, and a general meh performance. This plant doesn't fake it. It shows you exactly what it's missing. Here's the truth most houseplant owners never hear, and it's why so many rare plants end up in compost piles instead of growing collections. Your plant doesn't care where it's sitting. It cares how well you recreate the place it evolved. That's the game. That's the unlock. You could give a rare aroid the best soil and designer pot. But if the air is dry, the light is wrong, or the roots can't breathe, it will slowly decline. The trick is match the feel of the forest, not just the tools of the trade. You don't need a green thumb. You need a rhythm. A 5-minute weekly check-in will take you further than any how-to video ever will. You don't need to be a botanist. You just need to observe, adjust, and respect the plant's origins. And if you do that, Rhaphidophora cryptantha will climb, literally and metaphorically. And if this helped you, share it. Help someone else rescue their next rare plant before it's too late. That's the Roots and Rose way.